This is X. Anderson. Welcome to the Principal Podcast today. So I just got to tell you, one of the great authors of our time, I think, was Stephen Covey. And I really enjoy a lot of his writings. One of the things I really liked about Stephen Covey is how he emphasized direction first before speed. In other words, sometimes we're so caught up in doing what we need to do fast and doing it efficiently. And so I think he uses an example somewhat similar to this, where he talks about, people who climb the corporate ladder, and they get to the top rung, and then they feel unfulfilled and their families are in shambles. And so they climb this ladder to success only to realize that the ladder was on the wrong wall. And I think that's pretty profound. Direction first before speed. So if we get out of bed each morning, we're just like, okay, we got to be efficient. Let's go. Maybe there's a different way to approach our mornings and the day. Jesus Christ said, take no thought for the tomorrow. I think it was basically saying, the sacred now is the only time we can do anything. We can't control the future. And even C.S. Lewis in Screwtape Letters talked about one of the techniques of the devil is to try to keep us constantly focused on the future. So we're not even really living here. We're living in the future. But the sacred now, like right now in this moment, these are the moments where I can actually make a big difference in the sacred now. I can't change the past. The future's not here yet. But in this moment, I can do things that will help me be a better parent, better spouse, better family member. I want to quote something from C.S. Lewis also. He said this, I believe it's in Mere Christianity, where he said, "It comes the very moment you wake up each morning. All your wishes and hopes for the day rush at you like wild animals. And the first job each morning consists simply in shoving them all back, in listening to that other voice, taking that other point of view, letting that other larger, stronger, quieter life come flowing in, and so on all day. Standing back from all your natural fussings and frettings, coming in out of the wind." Isn't that a great analogy? Saying that you wake up in the morning, you have all this anxiety or these things, or the to-do list, or I've got to do this, or I've got to work, or whatever it is. To just step back and shove them all back and find a way to listen to that quieter, stronger voice. Now, I've personally found that getting up early in the morning for me works really well. To have the quiet, the house is quiet, the kids are asleep, and I can go in and have that quiet time. And in that time, I've noticed if I bring a little, like a little thing I can write with, and I have a little journal where I can write down some of my thoughts. Or, you can pray, you can read, you can have quiet time and get the direction for the day right. And sometimes during that time, you may have little thoughts about, hey, what I could do. And a lot of times it's more quiet, peaceful thoughts about, hey, I could help this person, or I could do this, or I could do this. Those little thoughts are so important to listen to, and they're the big rocks. They're the big things that we need to do. And let the other things, I guess, kind of fill in around them. So I guess my challenge to you, this is kind of a short one, but having the direction each day, get your direction right first each day before you try to go into full-on efficiency mode, right? Before you're trying to get going fast, get the direction right. And I think that happens when we're able to slow down and push everything back and take some time to listen, to just listen. Think about that. This is X. Anderson. It's the Principal Podcast. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast today. So glad you joined. I am on a mission to help as many marriages and families and parents learn the principles and techniques that are going to help their marriages be better And one thing I know about you, there are so many of you listening right now that have tips, that have techniques, that if you would just share them with the community, it could help. So please share them with the rest of us, share them with me. Would love to hear them. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, review. Let's do everything we can to help as many marriages as possible. I'm a huge believer that a wise man, Neal A. Maxwell, said, if we don't fix marriages and families, everything else we do will be like straightening deck chairs on the Titanic. I'm sure I didn't quote that right, but it was something to that effect. Let's go to the root of the problem and help marriages and families. Feel free to follow me on social media. Most importantly, learn to follow Jesus Christ, who is the principal giver. And let's share as much as we can with each other to make this a great community where we can help people. Thanks again for joining.